So down to the beach and hoping for some better light, but it's just as flat as a pancake. There's just this grey, overcast, misty, and you can see there behind me there's just no definition in the clouds or nothing. So anyway, it's a little disappointing. I think I might try and shoot some long exposure shots and see if I can get anything, but was hoping for some beautiful morning light, but that doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. It's funny because quarter of a mile inland there's no fog. It's just right at the beach and doesn't look like it's gonna clear anytime soon. So I'm gonna shoot a super long exposure of this scene right here. I'm gonna sort of show you what I'm gonna do. That scene right there, and got my tripod set up, my composition framed with the rocks, fairly simple. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to do like a super long exposure. I've got my 10 stop. This is an 8.5 minute exposure, so hopefully it'll kind of come out really cool with the water, as long as I don't get swept away here. The water really smoothed out, and the grey sky and the dark rocks. I think it should make for quite a nice shot if it works out. So 8.5 minutes to hang out. As I mentioned earlier, the conditions are very flat and grey, so it kind of lends itself well to long exposure, maybe black and white. So I came up here to this little bluff on the way back to the car park, and going to take a long exposure shot of that view right there. So zoomed in, I've got my telephoto lens on. I'm at 135 mils, and I've got my 10 stop filter on the front, and that gives me an exposure time of about 1 minute and 8 seconds. So I'm all framed up, composition looks good. It's I'll just show you, it's sort of going to be zoomed in about there, and should have a nice effect of smoothing the water out, hopefully. So we'll see how that works out. 1 minute, 8 seconds, remote timer. We'll give it a shot. So I ended up more about being how to adapt to the conditions. As I mentioned, the light was very flat, so that tends to lend itself well to black and white photography, maybe some long exposure, which is what I did. So pretty good. Hopefully I got a couple of images. We'll see. I don't get out as much as I would like, so I have to make the most of what I've got. But beautiful spot. But I've been here 4 or 5 times now, and I think I've only had one day where the light's been good. It tends to be stopped in a lot, the fog. But anyway, so I think I'm gonna probably head back to the car and go home and watch a bit of football on the telly. Yeah, I think so. Anyway.